Monco Podcast, The Real Stages of Pregnancy, Episode 12, Take 1. This is when reality sets in. Woo!
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Did you miss us? Because
I
we
missed
missed. Yeah, I missed us too. I was like, we missed each other. We missed you. So sorry about last week, but life happens. Things happen. Being moms, being business owners, life and summer, it just happens. So we had to take we call it a moment, as a moment, if you will. I was solo parenting last week and it was hard to find time to record with Anna. Anna was under the weather
I was sick.
and
I
yeah,
got that crud, and I'm
we're like,
still
we're lucky
not like
she's here today, guys. We're so lucky. So thank you for your patience. If you are excited that we're back, we are equally as excited we're back, and we hope to not have many more moments in the future. But give us time. We still need to find our momentum too. So everything's cool. Nothing's happening. We're still recording. Okay. If you are new to Momco Podcast, stands for Makers, Owners, Mothers. I'm Jessica, and this is Anna. And we are your hosts. We are makers, owners, and fun fact mothers. And each week we start with a mommy win and a daddy delight. So, Anna, what's your mommy win this week?
so gosh, I don't even really have anything, but
We can have it for the last 2 weeks, too.
it's okay. This is good because I have a good one. And it's just like the day to day. So Monday we had the doctor. She got her 4 month shots. When she got her second month shots, oh my God. I mean, it was heartbreaking. She cried all the way home. Obviously, they cry when they get them, feverish, all that. This time she got him. Obviously, she cried, but she fell asleep in the car. She was content. She wasn't fussy when we came home. She had like pretty much a non-existent fever, but she seemed a little discomfort. So we gave her stuff for discomfort and everything. So the win was that her 4 month shots went way, way better than her 2 month shots.
Oh, good.
So yay!
That's a win right there, I call it. You
Yeah.
never know with the crapshoot of shots.
You never know. And we were prepared for what happened last time, which was pretty, like, we didn't know what to expect the first time they get shots, right? And that's one of those that nobody really tells you what to expect when they first get their shots, because it's like, oh, they're just gonna, whatever. No, 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 no. It's not, you don't blow that off. That was a learning curve all on its own.
1000%.
Yeah.
Well, my mommy win is going to be surviving motherhood on my own for 9 days.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the help of my lovely family and my husband's family, but it was a trial and error, and we cut our second tooth all alone. So the sleep situation was non existent. I think the first 4 days I probably had like 12 hours worth of sleep.
Like
So
total, like 12
12
hours,
hours
4 day period, right?
between her and I just felt like, yes, I'm exhausted. Yes, I'm like frustrated and all that stuff. But I was more upset for her because it's hard. She
Yeah.
doesn't know growing teeth. She's only done it once before. So I felt so bad for her. But she was a rock star. Once we went through that, she was honestly a dream and a joy. Again, raising a baby is not easy. There's going to be bumps in the road, like probably every day, but it's how you navigate it. And I think having a good mindset each day and a good structure is key. And I think that's also my mommy win, because while David was gone, I was like, our house is falling apart in my head, like organization, cleaning wise. So I was really proud that I put in a system, at least for me, like each day I tackle a part of the room. So that way I don't get overwhelmed, because I'm that person, as soon as I see something, I have to clean it up while I'm doing other tasks. So as soon as I like set my mind to it, like today is just bedrooms, it allows me to just focus on those 2 rooms, or today's just the kitchen. It allows me to just focus on that. And if I'm able to clean more after that, great. But if I get the kitchen done fully, that's like a win in my book. So establishing like each room is a different day structure. So by like Sunday, that entire house is clean and you just have to do like clean work.
I
It was
love that.
beautiful. So
That's awesome.
thank you. Wish me luck now implementing it with a husband here who also makes messes too. It's so much easier. I forgot how much easier it is to kind of live alone, because it's
Yeah,
been a
right?
hot
Because
minute
they're
and
not,
I'm like,
like, putting their laundry on the floor, and they're not creating extra dishes, and they're not
yes,
doing this, and they're not leaving cans of soda everywhere like mine. Yeah, no, I get
yes, because I've always been that person. You make a mess like in the moment, clean it
it.
up.
Yeah,
Like as soon as you're done eating, you put your dish away. As soon as the laundry basket's full, start a little laundry.
yeah.
It's very different when you add multiple people into it. So
Yes.
wish me
Very
luck for this week. He is all for it though too, because I think he's all for not having tasks to do on the weekend, and I've set it
Yeah.
up for success where we don't have to do many tasks on the weekend, so I'm very
Well,
excited about that.
and he probably also likes it because then you're not overwhelmed with the housework all at once, because if it's like me, and I'm gonna start implementing, I think, your schedule that you sent me, because it's like, if you're like me, it's, "Oh, I started doing dishes, but I could be doing a load of laundry while I'm doing this. Oh, but I want the dishwasher running while I fold laundry,
Yes.
but I could be doing this." And then, like, before you start doing a task, you end up in another room, and then you're like, "Oh, I have to do this for," like,
Yes, you and I magically
you
end up
in
in a
one
room.
section.
And I don't know about you, when I'm in the middle of cleaning, I decide, "Oh, I should take on a really big project, like degut my closets and like re-clean." And then I'm like crying because everything's on the floor, the baby's screaming, and I'm like, I can't do that. So big projects saved for Saturday now. And also, I've started like kind of doing the closing shift, which is
Yeah,
hard. I don't always do it, but it's nice. So like getting
hard.
the kitchen like prep at least like a load of dishes or like start a
Yes.
load of laundry so that way like come because bedroom day for me is folding laundry, so at least I have stuff to fold on bedroom day, so kind of doing like the closing shifts to kind of maintain so when it is that day it's not as hard, and it's actually been working really well because I've never had a bathroom this clean in my
Nice.
entire
I like it.
post mom life.
Well, the closing shift too was something that I kinda did too when she was really, really little, and that can get overwhelming because it's like, "Oh, I could just do this one more thing, one more thing, one more thing," but then it
Yes.
really, really, really does pay off. So kudos to you on that. That is a big win.
Thank
I love
you.
that.
Thank
And
you.
I
I
think we're
think
gonna start implementing that too, because I was looking at the schedule and I'm like, "This seems really doable." And the thing I
attainable.
noticed, yeah, it seems attainable, but the thing I noticed too, like for our house, it's like our bedroom is suffering big time. Like, it needs to be dusted and it needs to be vacuumed, and it's like, this doesn't take
Dusting.
long, but it's on the bottom. But we live out in the country, we have a lot of pollen, we have 2 cats and a dog. You have a cat and dog too, but our house gets gross. And I feel like I'm dusting all the fucking time.
I never dust, and I started to implement that, like, with the living room day because
Yeah.
I just don't think about it, but then I look around like, "This place is fucking dusty." And
Yeah.
also, I got those, like, dust collector machines. What is that? Air purifier? That's the
Oh,
thing.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I
You
have
have to
2 of
clean
those.
those, by the way.
Have I cleaned those since I bought them in December? No, I need to do that too, so there's that in my life.
Don't forget to change your furnace filter.
Yeah, all the time. That
Yeah.
helps with dust, and ours needs to be changed. We just really need to clean, like, our vents, like, our air ducts and all that stuff too, like, have somebody come out and clean those because we haven't cleaned those since we bought the house. And that probably would help a
Let me
lot.
know when you do that and who you use and if you like them, because we probably need to do that too.
It's one of those adulting things you don't think about because you
Yeah,
don't see it. You don't see
you
it.
don't. And then you look at the vents and you're like, and
Like,
they're
you
like,
look inside where the little catch is, and I'm like, "Ew."
yeah, right? Yeah. And while you're at it, your laundry vent too.
Oh, I always clean that trap. That's in
No, no, no,
every.
no, no. The hose
Oh, yeah, I
that
know.
goes
That
from the
thing.
dryer to the outside.
I've told you our hose goes straight into our attic. Have I
Oh.
told you that? Fire hazard?
So, daddy delights now, yeah?
Yes. What's your daddy delight?
I don't even know. I guess my daddy delight was that Casey was able to go to the doctor with us. He didn't know if he was going to be able to, but he like juggled some things in his schedule. And I was planning on taking her myself. And that morning he's like, I moved some things around and we will go to the doctor. And I'm like, that's really sweet. Like, it's just, I think it's more of like he prioritizes her so much and
Mhm.
wants to be such a like present and great dad and wants to be there for like every doctor's appointment and everything. And so I don't know, it's just a delightful to see him and her. And they're really, because she's really starting to develop personality now. She's about 4.5 months old. And their bond
Mhm.
is so cute. Like I asked her, I was like, he was holding her. I was like, "Is that your daddy?" And she's like she just, yeah, their bond is adorable. So
I
just
love it. And
normal.
she's getting so much more of a personality. I love it.
I know, great. So, what about you, Daddy Delight?
I would say my daddy delight is obviously he did everything he can to come back on my birthday, which is really sweet. And I told him I didn't care about
Did
that
he come
because
back yesterday?
he came back yesterday. And so that was really nice. I think that's kind of special when it works out like that because I don't think he's been in town for my birthday since he left for Thailand 3 years ago, so it's really nice. And not that I would care, like, a day is a day to me, but it's really nice.
Yeah.
And then ever since he came back home yesterday, he's just been full hands-on. He gets very, like, emotional too looking at her because, like, to him, like, 9 days is a lot for a baby,
That
and he's
is.
grown. She learned to say papa. Oh, I guess I'll include that in my daddy delight. Father's Day was really good too, even though David missed it, we still tried to, like, celebrate him beforehand, and then Danny Danny and I made cute little frames with pictures for all the grandpas and David of like finger painting saying, I love my daddy or I love my
Mm.
papa. So that was really fun. One of her new words, and she learned on Father's Day, is papa. Literally, my dad was like in heaven. I don't
And
think.
so your dad probably cried.
Oh, he was so proud. He was just like like he got red. It was on. I posted on Facebook, but it was very cute and sweet. And I was like, "Well, that's a good Father's Day gift for me. I didn't even
Yeah,
care that
good
hard."
job. Way to go, Dana.
So I think those are my daddy delights. It's just David being back is a win in my book, and him just like being fully present with our kid right now is awesome because Mama needs a break.
And I think that daddy delights and even like mom ones can expand to grandparents too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Shout out to grandparents. We need you.
My daughter's being watched right now by grandma, so I can be here. So yeah, shout out to
Oh
and
yeah.
Katie's working, so shout out to grandmas.
And I wouldn't have survived solo parenting without grandparents, because
Yeah,
between my dad and my mother-in-law and my sister, like, holy crap, it takes a village for sure, like we've talked about.
it always does. So what is our nobody told me topic today?
We're going to dive in for our experience with each trimester, get into not the nitty-gritty, but like the what people really don't tell you, because I think when you're pregnant and you look at it on social media, people tell you about like the magical moments. And some people are like, this is what you should be expecting. The thing we need to emphasize is everybody's fucking different.
Yes, that was the first thing I was gonna start with is that your experience is your experience with giving birth and with being pregnant. Like,
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing, and, this is funny we're talking about this because it was actually a year ago on Father's Day that we told my, parents that we were pregnant. So, well, a year ago this
Oh.
time, I was just starting to, like, really feel the beginning stages of nausea and just tiredness and everybody. But yeah, everybody's normal because I know you and I we're 2 out of so many people, we had completely different pregnancies.
Yeah, we did. And I think it's normal to emphasize too, the comparison game starts from like day fucking one.
Yes.
Day fucking one. And it's not just like people coming at you comparing to you, it's you mentally comparing everything. Well, every feeling like, oh, is this normal? Is this normal? Is this normal? It's just a mental, emotional, physical cycle of trimester shit. So maybe we can go in, we can talk each trimester together. So trimester one for you, Anna.
So, well, the biggest thing for me was you somewhat knew what to expect, yet it was so different. So we will be talking about this actually in a few weeks. I had a miscarriage, but I almost went through the first trimester, so I had experienced most of the first trimester before. But even every pregnancy is different because that was so different than what I experienced on the first trimester with my baby. So the nausea I expected, exhaustion I expected. I did not expect the actual vomiting or the sensitivity to smell like I had. I mean, it's tough. It is tough. The first trimester is, I think, the worst. The third trimester, and I'm not jumping, but we'll get to the third trimester, and I'll explain why I think the third trimester is easier than the first. But the first is the hardest, and it is the most stressful. It is where you're most vulnerable. It's where you're so, and somebody that has experienced loss, we were so excited to tell people, but we were so scared, and I used to say, and it's terrible, and I should never have said this, but I was like, called myself the girl that would cry pregnancy because I've had 2 miscarriages, and so every time we get to a point where we wanna tell people, we'd lose the baby, and I just remember, like, last year this time, like I said, we told my parents I was pregnant, and everybody was kinda like, it was like it wasn't that they weren't excited, it was just like, we don't wanna get our hopes up, right? So very, very different, and the first trimester's god awful, I think. I think it's awful in
Yeah.
so many aspects, and you wanna tell people, but you can't, and they say, "Oh, wait 12 weeks." Just wait 12 fucking weeks, and also, like, people pick up on it. You picked up on it immediately because you behave different, then you're thinking about behaving different, you overcompensate for behaving different, and it's
Yes.
out, and then you're like, "Well, we don't know, we might lose it," so it's hard.
Yeah. I think for your first trimester, like once I found out too, I think the best visual was your mother. Your mom, because your mom is like the epitome of excited, but also fearful for it because she
Yeah.
knows your journey inside and out because she's your mother.
Mhm.
But, like, seeing, like, your pregnancy through Maria's eyes was also beautiful, but also she's just like, "I really want this to work." Like, she's like, "And I don't wanna put all my eggs in one basket." Like,
Yep.
I felt the same way as your friend, and just, like, hearing your experience, I'm like, I like, it like, the first trimester is so fucking scary.
It's
It's
so
so
scary,
scary,
and
and it's
everything
so
scares you.
isolating. It's
And
so
everything
isolating.
scares you. Yeah, because it's like it's isolating because it's like everybody wants to be there and everyone is there, but your body is going to do what your body's going to do, and it's your body alone. And but yeah, I mean, there's just like it's terrifying and it's so weird. The first trimester
Yeah.
is so weird as somebody that's
It's a
experienced
it's a
loss.
mind fuck.
It is. It is. But I gotta tell you, 8 weeks, she was too little to hear it, but we went to the doctor, our 8-week appointment. This is all first trimester, and this was the big one, and we had our first ultrasound, and we were looking at that little tiny, tiny, tiny little thing, and you could see this little thing flicker, and it was her heart beating, and it was too soon to hear it,
That's
but we
Lily.
saw it, and I bawled, and Casey bawled, and that was Lily, and we were like, "Oh my god," and the doctor's like, "Everything's looking exactly how it should be. There's her heartbeat. This is a good one. This is a strong one." And we're like, start bawling immediately. And then my mom started getting excited at that point, and I'm pretty sure she's like immediately got on the Carter's website and was just like, buy all the things now. So, but for those first 8 weeks, I mean, it's just scary, and you feel like crap too. You feel like total crap.
He's the freaking man.
Yeah. So tell me about because you had a much different experience than I did. I don't your first trimester wasn't as I guess polarizing for emotions, or I'm not gonna say like it wasn't scary because it's still scary.
Everything's scary. I think being pregnant in general, no matter it's the best pregnancy ever or like your history is like miscarriage and loss. So like it's scary no matter what. It's just who's the mother being distributed these factors. I will say just leading up to first trimester, I was always on, like, an IUD protection. People are saying it's harder to get pregnant after you've been on your IUD for so long. So I took mine out in June, and we started trying. I had a chemical pregnancy around September, and that was really sad, but obviously, that's just how life happens.
That was right after I had my second one too, actually.
Yeah.
It was like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Weird.
It was very like, I g actually helped when I got mine because you told me the symptoms of it and when to start trying again because my doctor not my doctor, but I heard people say, "You can try again right away," but you're like, "No, you need to take a month cycle and then try again." And that
Mhm.
actually helped a lot, and then I found out I was pregnant late November, and the first couple weeks were, like, fine, everything all that jazz. It was really hard during the holidays because, like, once we found out,
I
we used
remember
to see
this.
so many, like, family members, all the things, doing all the things, but I was fucking tired.
Yeah.
I think by week 4, I was barfing nearly every day,
You told me
and
you
it
had
got
the stomach flu, and my mom was like, "I don't think so." I'm like, "I think she's pregnant."
yeah, and I had to, like, tell white lies and things like that. Because again, you don't wanna say things too soon. Because like,
No.
again, it's that fear, and it's so isolating till that 12-week mark, and even then after, they're like, "Oh, you can tell people," but 23 weeks or 24 weeks is, like, the best time, like, that's when
Yeah.
you for sure know. There's literally, like, the time frames is crazy, and honestly, I think I wasn't comfortable, like, sharing it on social till, like, probably end of 2nd trimester, like, going into the 3rd one, I think.
I
I
never
don't
shared
know.
it on
Yeah,
social. There's
you
people on my social that don't even know I have a kid.
yeah, Anna's more discreet than me. I like sharing my life with
I li
everybody. I probably
literally
should have a filter, but I
I
don't.
ran into somebody I knew from college at the Manitou event that we did,
Oh, fun!
and she's like, "Oh my god, what have you been up to?" And I was like, "I have a new project." I showed her a picture of my daughter. She's like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, so
Cute.
I like that.
Cute. I know, you have the more mysterious I have to share everything.
It's it.
I'm literally everything everywhere all at once. It's
I
what I have
used
to
to
do.
yeah, no, I used to be like that, and I was like, "No, it's just kind of private thing." But so you I can't even imagine during the holidays. I remember we would do events, and I'm like, "Something's up.
Yeah, I
Something's up."
was not feeling good. Honestly, that time was a blur. I vividly remember in like December, New Year's, usually the month of December because David's sister's off. We usually hang out so much with his family. I was like slowly declining, like stuff because I was just so sick and I didn't want them to see me barf.
Yeah.
And she made it her personal mission to like hand me alcohol to figure out if I was pregnant or not. And David have to
Oh.
I think that's the drunkest David has ever been. It was my first trimester during the holidays, but it was like New Year's. It was like a after Christmas party or something. And my mother-in-law was like upset I didn't want to go to like have sandwiches from or like roast beef dinner or something like that. And David's uncle was in town. He came over and he's like, "I'm just checking. Like, it seems like the vibes are off, and I just like." Did anything happen? We wanted you there tonight, and blah, blah, blah. And David's like, well, the reason we don't go is because, well, Jessica's pregnant. She's nauseous and it's disgusting. You don't want her barfing all over you.
And he's like,
And Chris was just like, oh, this is this is amazing. This is amazing. And he's like, not to like force it upon you, but he's like, I think the sooner you tell at least your
everybody's
mother-in-law.
gonna understand
Yeah.
and not have hurt feelings.
Yes, and so it was, New Year's Eve. I made the little labels on wine that you're gonna be your grandparent, all that stuff, and
Yep.
gave it to them, and they obviously cried. It was great, but I was still nauseous every day, so at
Yeah.
least it was nice to kinda have that. I did in my mental check all that stuff. I felt bad that I told David's family before I told my own family, but also they have grandchildren already on David's side, so they're used to that as well. I feel if anything were to go wrong or anything like that before 12 weeks, I think my dad would want to bear that emotional distress on himself for
Yeah.
me and be there for me. And I didn't want that for him. He's done so much in his life and I want him to have like pure joy. So I did wait until 12 weeks to tell my dad, but that was also
I
amazing
mean,
and fun.
I think that no matter what you do in that aspect, though, I mean, you have to tell one family first unless you tell them all at the same time. And
Yeah.
it's just how it is. And I think too, by telling David's family first, like you said, they have grandchildren, and so they may understand too if it ends up being a loss too, because they may get it more.
Technically, I just remembered this too. Cause remember we did like a craft show like in the Northtown Mall and there was like several weekends of that?
And my mom and I were like, she's pregnant.
Yeah, and I was not feeling good, I could only
Yeah.
have, like, A&W or something, it was
Yeah.
disgusting, I was just sick as hell. Yeah, and that's when I told you
Yeah.
I had, like, the
And you're like,
flu.
"I have the stomach flu," and I'm like, "It doesn't make sense. She wouldn't be here, and David wouldn't let her be here if she actually had the stomach flu."
Yeah,
And my mom's like, "Maybe she's pregnant," and I'm like,
and my sister was we were both grumpy, we just didn't wanna be there, and she was just, like, having a bad day, she, like, spilled Sprite on AirPods, and I'm like, "Could something, like, happy make you feel better?" And she's like, "I don't want new AirPods because I felt bad her AirPods broke, and I'm
"Yeah."
like, "No, I'm pregnant." And she started crying more, and I was like, "Okay, I thought this would make you happy, is this bad?" She's like, "I'm so excited."
It's supposed to
And
be
she
Izzy.
yeah, it's very Izzy coded, and so she was the very first person to know, and she's like, "Am I the first one to know?" I'm like, "Yes, you are, so you have to keep a secret," and she's like, "Oh, goddamn." And she did a really good job, so shout out to Isabella's.
We told my parents first, and then you guys found out. You were the only the second.
David
Cool.
basically figured it out
Yeah,
because as
your
soon
husband
as
figured it out. I was like, I knew, oh my god, and I could have slapped Casey because he's like, "Just try it, it's fine." And
motherfucker, guys are the worst.
yeah, it's fine. But we told you guys, and it was so like, I think that's actually one of my saving graces throughout my pregnancy and every trimester was being able to be like, hey, I'm experiencing this, and this is how I feel. And you're like, you're great. You're normal. It's fine.
Yeah, I think that was the best like, my sister-in-law was, like, a true MVP for me too, going through all that, and she's
Yeah.
like, "You will feel like this, you'll feel like this, and blah, blah, blah." And when I didn't feel like those certain ways too, and she's like, "Oh, that's normal too." And then confirming with my doctor, literally everything that sounds crazy to you in the first trimester is fucking normal.
And everything that you're feeling that you're like, "This is off. Is this normal?" Yeah, it is normal. You have, like, a metallic-y taste? Yeah, that's normal. Oh, you're super congested and you can't take decongestant, you can't get your nose clear? Yeah, that's normal. I mean, it's just that was, like, 3rd trimester for me, but everything that feels off, if it does feel off, it's not in your head, it's actually happening, and it's probably part of your pregnancy.
Yeah. I will say the scariest time too, because I have always had you in the back of my mind too with like your journey. I think it was like leading up like my 11th week, we were going to go to a hockey game and my body just started gushing blood. We were walking to it and I was like, okay, we're gonna scan. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I might have just like peed myself because I sneezed, but it felt like a period because like every girl knows
Yeah,
kind of that feeling of like when
yeah.
you stand up.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot tell you my world like, I could cry about it too, my world just shattered when
I know.
I look down in my underwear and there's blood everywhere. David was the strongest person I know, he was, like, calmed me down because I was literally crying to the car we just, like, we told your parents, we told my parents, I want this baby to be here, and I was just already planning myself to not have a baby. Went to the emergency room, it turns out we had a threatened miscarriage or something like that,
Yeah,
and
which means you
that's
had a healthy baby in there.
had a healthy baby. Honestly, the relief, because I've I thought being an ultrasound tech was the coolest thing, but imagine being the ultrasound tech when you have to tell somebody there's no heartbeat. The baby's not thriving or anything like that. But the joy, I literally kissed the tech on the cheek because I was like, "You made my entire life." Because I was, like, going in thinking there's no heartbeat, and they are the nicest people on this earth, and I think they need to be recognized way more, ultrasound tech, because they will bend over backwards to get that best picture for you too when you're further along. They will
Mhm.
do everything in their power to find that baby, all the stuff so that you can experience it, and that was probably the scariest part of my pregnancy.
Well, yeah, of course, how could it not be?
No one ever tells you that's a thing too. I did
No!
not learn it until that day. That's what it was, and it's because she kicked, like, a pocket somewhere so hard, it made me
For
bleed, and I was like, "How does something so tiny cause so much pain?" And they're like, "Babies are a miracle."
Yeah, yeah. Well,
So
and
that was crazy.
that's the thing though too, so that's something that I don't know if that's, like we don't know if that's common or not, and even if it's not, why aren't we talking about it? Why aren't we saying, like, just because you're bleeding, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a miscarriage.
Yes,
Go seek medical advice, and they'll advise you accordingly. Nobody's
blood
having a
spot a lot too during my pregnancy, and that was
conversation.
always scary.
All. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was yeah, I remember when you called me and you told me that that had happened because I think we were getting together, like, the next day or, like, a couple days after, and you were
Mhm,
telling me about that, and I just had, like everything came back to me from
mhm.
miscarriage, and I was not pregnant at this time because you were this was week 11 for you. I got
Yeah,
pregnant when you were 6 months, and
yeah. But I remember you told me one of yours was at week 11, and I thought of you immediately. So
so
it was
we had
like,
had blood work done we had had blood work done, and the doctor called and was like, "You're gonna miscarry," and this is a whole episode on its own, but
it's crazy how blood work can tell you that.
yeah, it has to do with the HGC levels, and they plummet basically when you're getting ready to miscarry, and
Yeah, that's crazy.
so
Science is
the pregnancy's wild, and I think that trying to get pregnant is wild, and everything about babies is wild.
yeah.
Seriously. Even, like, having
I
a
see why they call it a miracle because it just seems inconceivable, like, all that
yeah.
happens.
It's like, yeah, the fact that it's amazing. Everything that can come from just 2 people loving each other, create
It's
life.
crazy.
You have this little adorable, wonderful human being that turns your life upside down. It's great. And that's the thing is, like, everything that you went through in that 1st trimester was worth it. Because let me tell you about the 2nd trimester. You're not.
Cake,
You're not. I
cake,
cake. Cake every
cake,
day.
walk,
I wasn't nauseous, I stopped throwing up, I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
lucky.
I stopped throwing up, I felt good, I had energy, I was able to do shows, I felt like $1,000,000, I didn't weigh a ton, I was just like, "I'm good, this is great." 2nd trimester, chef's kiss.
You love a second
We love a
trimester.
2nd trimester. We
Second
love a 2nd
trimester.
trimester.
What time frame was your second trimester? Wasn't that, like, fall too?
Yeah.
Ugh,
So, yeah, it was September, October, November. It
lucky.
was beginning of December was 3rd trimester.
Anything, like, to note in second trimester for you that was, like, crazy out of pocket, no one told you?
Not really, because it was, a pretty smooth transition for us. It was kinda crazy how just, like and you didn't have this experience, and I'm sorry, all of a sudden, you're not nauseous. Stuff doesn't bother you as much, and you're like, this is kinda great. I like this." So, and I'm sure there are things, and I might think of them later on, but I just remember the 2nd trimester being lovely, and it was fall, so I was able to do shows, and I was
Mhm.
able to, be a part of things and work and have the energy to do things. So
And you had your baby shower towards
and I
the
had
end of your
shower.
second trimester.
You told me, "Do not do your baby shower in the 3rd trimester," and I heard that from so many people, and I
Mhm.
had my baby shower at the end of October, and it was due in February, and let me tell you, you guys, do that. I
Do
was
that.
able I was able to be present, I was able to enjoy myself, I wasn't, like, feeling like crap, because if I had had it when it was supposed to be, like, looking at that time frame and how knowing how I felt at that time frame, I would have wanted to just curl up and that's you, yeah.
My second trimester, I would say, was easier. I was one of the lucky people that had the vomiting the entire pregnancy. It was lovely. I got prescribed like Zofran or something like that. That's what it was.
Fuck Zofran, I got that too. Fuck Zofran.
Yeah. You hated it? I loved
I
it because it saved my
hated
life.
it. I would get splitting headaches from it.
That
Splitting.
was the only way I could stay functional. I was like that
I get it.
person that would barf. It was basically morning sickness for me, but I was also all day sickness, and I wouldn't barf once a day. It was like if it
That was
wasn't
your first trim.
controlled by Zofran, it would be like 4 times a day. And the fun thing with pregnancy is it trick you because sometimes I'd go like 3 days without barfing, and it was magical because I was being consistent with the Zofran. I'm like, "Oh, maybe I don't need it anymore because 'cause I'm out of it," or something like that.
Yeah, you're like,
No.
"No."
You know? And it sucked, but I remember it's probably towards my 3rd trimester, though. I had barf in the toilet, and that's when it's like you don't have food in your tummy either in the morning. So it's just like the
It
stomach. Yes, and it's disgusting.
yeah.
It is the
Bile
worst.
is bile.
If you know, you know, but it's like I would barf and just dry heave too, and I'm like, "I have
That's the
nothing
worst too.
left to give," and I'd
Yeah.
scream that to the toilet, and David would try not to laugh, but he was like,
I
"Oh,
did the
babe."
same damn thing. At one point, I remember being like, "What do you want from me?"
And it was helpful because you told me, and my doctor told me, it's because your HCG levels are so high, and that's the chemical that helps build and make your baby so good and so healthy. So I'm like, this baby better I literally would say, "Okay, I know you're healthy in there, but you better be goddamn fucking cute.
Yep.
You better be adorable. You better have 5 fingers, 5 toes. You better
Yes.
be just
And sh
yeah, you just better be the standard,
yeah.
okay? I'm working really fucking hard." And I know that's selfish to say, like, in hindsight,
No,
because
it's not. It's not.
but
It's really not.
I barf so goddamn much for that beautiful baby upstairs,
Worth
so
every
worth
barf.
every
That's what I
barf.
say about Lily, because I went like 5 I do not like throwing up. My family, we
Rather
throw
shit
up.
myself.
I no, 5 years. I didn't throw up for 5 years, then I got
Lucky.
pregnant.
I literally tell everybody I rather shit myself silly in my pants in public than barf every goddamn day.
Yes,
Give me the
100%.
most
But it's worth
embarrassing
it.
shit story.
It's beautiful and adorable, and yes, so
Thanks.
because my doctor told me, because I was throwing up a lot with her, and I didn't throw up in my other 2 pregnancies, but I was throwing up a lot with her. It was, like, once a day for me, and it would hit in the evening, usually around dinner time is when it would hit for me, or in the morning, or sometimes both. And my doctor told that's when he told me about the levels being the way that they are, so but then it went away 2nd trimester.
And that's normal. That's what they say is normal. I'm that fun fact, but it's okay not to be normal too.
But this is
The worst
driving home the point of everybody's different.
Everybody is different. And the worst is when I also had like a friend, I love her dearly. She was pregnant a month ahead of me. And she's like, "Oh, sweetie, does it suck barfing?" She's like, "I just don't feel anything." And I'm like, "You lucky bitch. Like, go you. Go you.
You're like, "Fuck you."
Like, what, you in the mom water? What do you want me to tell you? Great.
You want a fucking gold star?
Great. Great. Good for you." So that was kind of annoying. Other than the throwing up, energy for days. Second trimester,
So yeah, yeah,
and I'm that person that thrives off of communication and family and all that stuff, so being able to tell people, "Yeah, I'm pregnant,"
yeah. What a relief, right?
if I'm that person that literally thrives off of that, so it was a very enjoyable, exciting time because everybody's like, "Oh my god, you're pregnant." I got to tell all the people,
Mhm.
do all the fun, sweet things, and it was just, like, coasting because I think my 2nd trimester was, like, winter going into spring. 'Cause I was due August. So it was, like, a fun time, very fun. I felt like everybody was pregnant too, because most people kinda time it around summertime. Yeah, you got pregnant. It was great.
You were in your second into your 2nd trimester, and I got pregnant.
Yeah, and that's when I was, like, starting to get excited. The 2nd trimester is when you find out the gender and all that
Mhm.
stuff, so I was really shocked for when I had a girl. And decorating the nursery, you have so much more energy for it, and I went full
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I painted a floral mural, I did all the cute things, I went shopping, it was so much fun. I loved 2nd trimester just for the excitement and the joy of having a baby and the early stages of nesting.
You
Because
can
I would say that
actually enjoy it, like, your
you
2nd
could
trimester.
actually enjoy being pregnant and have the energy to enjoy it.
Yep, and you can get excited and start doing the things. But second trimester was fabulous. It wasn't until halfway through the second trimester, I think that Casey and I really, really, really started to get excited because even at the 12-week mark, like, there's still some risk, and we're older too. And it wasn't until halfway through the second trimester when we were, like, seeing her moving in the womb and seeing her heartbeat and hearing her heartbeat and all of these things that were like, "Oh my god," and we just kept having doctor appointment after doctor appointment, and every time we go in, they'd be like, "She's growing great, you're perfect, you're right on schedule, her size is great, her heartbeat's great." Everything was just right on target, and after you go through what we went through, just to hear those words, excitement, relief, everything, and then my mom would sit on pins and needles, so I called her, be like, "She's doing great, baby's doing great," and then as soon as we found out she was a female, we had her name picked out. We didn't have a boy we had a boy name, but we weren't crazy about it, but we had a girl name, like, picked out, and it wasn't until halfway through the second trimester we started to refer her to her name because we didn't wanna get too excited, you know? And then it's like, once we started calling her Lily while she was still in the womb, it's like
It
everything
clicks.
just yeah. So second trimester was magical for us because it just solidified everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the naming too, that was fun because we had boy names picked out for days, like, we had, like, 3 ready to go because we were convinced. Had no girl names, really.
really?
No, and then I've thought like, I sat with it because my daughter's named after my dad, so I've always liked names that I could yell,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you
and
have to try it out.
and then it clicked with Dana Marie, and I'm like, "Oh my god, that's a great name to fucking yell."
Yes, it is.
And I thought we would just call her, like, Dana or Deanie, but we say Dana Marie more often because it does help us
You're
and our family too to just like which one's which.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
That worked out great. Now we're just like, well, we're shit out of luck with the next girl if we have a girl.
No, you're not, you'll come up with something else.
We'll come up with another family name. Jennifer has told me so many cool family names. I'm like, oh, I can vibe with those.
So 3rd trimester. I mean, I think the 3rd trimester, at that point, you've been pregnant for 6 months, you almost know what to expect, and everything's just emphasized, right? So your tiredness is emphasized, it's back. Your size is emphasized. Your aches and pains are emphasized.
Your
I that's how
sciatica.
this is your sciatica. That's how I would describe the 3rd trimesters. Everything's just emphasized. Your emotions, your physical well-being, your joints, your sciatica, everything is just emphasized. That's how I would wrap up the 3rd.
Your word is emphasized. Mine is uncomfortable.
Yes, everything was uncomfortable.
I
Last month,
was miserable,
samesies.
miserable, miserable,
And you're
miserable.
over here like, "Ha, I got a baby and I'm great. This is fine." She's like 3 or 4 months. Because you
Oh,
are
I
at the
know.
point where I'm at now when I gave birth or no, when I was in my 2nd or my 3rd trimester. I was in
Yeah.
the thick of it and you're like, "It's fine." And now if I like, if the roles were reversed,
God.
I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be like, "It's fine.
The
You'll get through
the
it."
post-birth high literally makes the 3rd trimester the entire pregnancy worth it, obviously, because it's crazy, but 3rd trimester my entire pregnancy was great, but it was towards the end of 2nd trimester and the 3rd trimester, I was fucking mean. I no one wanted to be around me, I didn't wanna be pregnant.
Did I liked you still.
Thank you.
I was
I was
so
just mean.
sick.
Literally at work, like, I could have been fired so many times because I would just pop my mouth off because I had no time or patience for the bullshit, like, work politics wise and doing things. Because 'cause I'm like, "I'm tired, I'm pregnant," and I'm planning because I have a full-time job too. I'm planning for my maternity leave, so I have to get everything because my job is marketing social media, making sure everything online stays consistent. And if I'm gone and drop off the face of the earth, we're not staying consistent. So I had to plan like 6 months out.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I got part-time so I can fix it because 'cause I'm a control freak and I wanted to come back. But 3rd trimester, I literally threatened to stab, like, everybody out in the
God.
nice, cute way. But
He's like, "I'm gonna stab you now."
no, literally, I walk into my boss's office and say, "I'm gonna stab so and so because they won't fucking email that person back, and I need this goddamn thing to be done so I can move forward with this task." And I had my baby shower a month before I gave birth. Miserable. I think I fell asleep halfway through it because I had to sit down because I was overheated and exhausted because my baby shower is in the fucking month of July up in
I remember this, yeah. I
yeah,
left
I was not
early.
well. Yeah, you left early because you were sick, like,
Well,
from
I was sick
nausea.
'cause I was 1st trimester, and
Yeah, first trimester. So we are like on opposite ends of the shit scale. But yeah, it was not fun. and no one tells you the last month leading up into your baby. Like, yes, they're miserable, they're uncomfortable, you can't sleep, you move, but every day feels like 2 years
Mhm.
up until that point, and
Every
you want
hour
that
feels
baby
like
out because 'cause you've prepped so much,
a day.
and I know about you too because I think we related to this, but the month before the baby comes, your husbands are, like, they think they've witnessed war because they know it's inevitable. My husband's a very visual person. Yes, he knew I was pregnant, but until the baby's here, he cannot grasp it. And I
Same.
think going to the classes in the last month and getting closer and the doctor's appointments becoming weekly, it was starting to set in for him. So he kind of like mentally checked out the last
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
And it was fucking annoying because
Yep.
like that you're trying to do all the final shitteries to get the shit done
Yeah.
and I was staying up probably until 2 o'clock in the morning, just like, "What do I need? What do I need?" Researching. I'm like, "Is the stroller option I picked great enough?" Go back. I literally went back on stuff too, and I had to buy everything I didn't have from my baby
Yep.
shower, all that
Yep.
stuff too. And the things like versus needs versus wants, and you're fucking crazy hormonal. You think everything's a fucking need at that point.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Didn't
Yep.
use
Yep.
half the shit I bought in my last few weeks of being pregnant. You didn't need that, Jess. You were just fucking crazy.
Hospital.
So it was third trimester for me.
Yeah, that's pretty much third trimester for me was very much the same. So here's how we're gonna transition into this too. As a business owner, it was really fucking hard because third trimester was Christmas time, and then it's like
Oh, yeah.
Christmas for me. And so it was like people not wanting to necessarily get stuff, but it was more of like gearing up for next year and ordering things and getting ready for spring shows and things like that and deciding like do I want to do anything because she's only going to be this old and I'm all this stuff. So third trimester for me was kind of hard in that aspect as being a business owner because I'm trying to do these things and I'm too fucking tired and I hurt too much and I would come up here in my office and I would just sit and look at fucking my beads and my charms and all my stuff and go, I can't fucking do this. Or it'd
Yeah,
be like, I'd make 2 pairs of earrings, which is nothing, and I'd be like, I can't do this. I can't
it's too
fucking
tiring.
do this. And then you go inside and feel guilty because you're like, well, I should be working. And then it's like, no, I'm still making a baby here. And
Oh, that's
she's,
the thing too,
she's
the guilt of, like, taking naps. I would sleep
the
under my
guilt.
desk at work. I was so fucking tired all the
Yep.
time.
Third
You just get
trimester, the
so tired.
exhaustion comes back majorly in the third trimester.
And I'm on the opposite work-wise, like, small business-wise for you in the seasonal scale for at least in our area because mine was ramping up for fall time, and, like, our first show back was literally Arborcrest, and I
Yeah.
gave birth that
3 days
week.
before.
And
You
so
conceive motherfucker.
So during my third trimester, I was equally tired, but also painting for falls because I was prepping 6 months ahead for work for social. I was like trying to paint everything for fall show so I didn't have to fucking think about it postpartum. Ended up still having to fucking paint shit like come October because that's
Over
also
this.
October is weirdly a downtime for me too because it really doesn't ramp up till November for
Yes.
us.
Yeah, yeah.
November and December, but we have some weird fall ones in September that I attend. So that fucking mindfuck of just trying to keep up with your small business, but also the unknown of, like, what's gonna happen when I have a baby because it's our
Yeah.
first baby. Because 'Cause
Well,
you're
and
like,
you
"I
have to
don't
be
know what to
flexible
expect."
too, and that's the other thing too, it's hard to be flexible, but you have to be flexible and you have to be able to say, "Hey, I'm not going to do this show because X, Y, and Z," and then there's
Yes.
backlash. I remember, like, I didn't do the spring show, and I had a lot of people reach out to me, be like, "Where are you? Why aren't you at the show? Why?" My people are there. I'm not there because I'm at home with my baby. And my mom said that she had a lot of people. She had a couple people that were like genuinely upset that I wasn't there. And she's
So
like,
weird.
she had a baby, and they're like, "Well, why isn't she here? Is she coming later? Is she gonna bring the baby?" And mom's like, "No, shut the fuck up."
That's weird.
Yeah,
My sister never had that issue.
nah,
Also, people sometimes confuse her for me, don't know why. Because
maybe she
we're
doesn't
very
look anything like you.
I know, she has blue hair
Yeah,
and, like, very distinctive, like, eyes and eyebrows too, like, we're different colored eyes and stuff, and I'm like, "Well, okay, maybe your father
whatever.
dyed my hair." So she just pretends to be me, she's like, "I'm here."
Yeah, yeah, and so that's the hard part too, is, like, trying to transition back into business life too after having a baby,
Yeah.
and knowing your limits.
Yeah. So,
Just because
yeah,
you don't have a baby doesn't or just because you don't have the baby in you, doesn't mean that you cannot go back to the way things were, number 1. Number 2, you have to know your limits because you're still gonna be physically exhausted. you're still gonna be struggling to focus and all of these, and you're still gonna struggle to find time to do things too.
Okay, touching on what you said too, now we can kind of go into our small business deep dive topic, and that's touching on the real stages of starting your own business. Very similar to the real stages of pregnancy. Starting your own business is literally like birthing a human. You're birthing something you're very passionate about, something you want to succeed, but in today's climate, you don't know what to do and things like that. So, Anna, what would you say were like the real stages of starting your business once you said, I'm going to fucking do it? What were the stages of getting to where you are today?
Well, there's a lot of different aspects, right? There's a
So many.
legality portion of it, which is where if you wanna be legit, you gotta get a fucking business license, right? You gotta get a business license, you have to figure out if you wanna do, like, a sole prop, if you wanna be an LLC, what you wanna do as far as that's concerned, and navigating your own state things, Department of Revenue. You all of a sudden, now you have to realize too, taxes. So there's a legality portion of it that you have to take on, which is very overwhelming. So that includes licensing, resellers permit if you need them, taxes, accounting, if you want to get an accountant, figuring out navigating all of that. Then there's the exposure marketing portion where you're like, how is this going to be different than what I'm doing right now? How do I transition from a hobby to a business?
That's hard too.
That's really hard. And so for me, what I did is it was hitting markets hard, getting exposure on Facebook. That's when I started doing the lives actually. And that was a big, big, big transition from me from hobby into actual business was the Facebook lives. And then getting into shops too was a big thing too. Cause it's like, oh, I'm legit. I'm places. That's great. But I think that there's a whole legality portion that makes it feel very real, very suddenly.
Yeah. Mine, I'm just gonna kinda go off of, like, how I did it. So most people know my dog had surgery. He was a six-month-old puppy. It was 2023. Got that surgery probably June and probably July, actually, because I was waking up and I loved hand painting pottery. I've always done it. I worked in a paint your own pottery studio in our area and went to a baking job because I had to grow up. But once I started, like, I woke up with the idea and the concept of my solids with my print, I just woke up and started fucking painting. And I was like, let's do this. Let's go. I had a smaller kiln. I was just going. And then I'm crazy. Once I had the design concept down in a couple pieces, I was just shooting my shot. I'm like, let's fucking do markets. Been on the website space. It wasn't moving for me. I've tried Etsy. It wasn't moving for me. Cause also working a full-time job and trying to market yourself in a space that's wide and huge, like the fucking internet,
So
fucking hard to find your
saturated.
space. So saturated. It's hard to kind of get those people that want your product on social media too when you're so new and just starting your page as well. And you have to be trending and doing lives and all that stuff. I didn't have time for that. So I hit markets, signed up for like a handful of them, got the bug because I'm like, oh my God, people like my stuff. People like what I'm selling. People like what I'm doing. But it wasn't probably until 2024 that I signed up for shows for the entire year, like pretty much every weekend. And that's how we became friends because we did that around like the same time.
Mhm.
And it was crazy because it was basically I started scaling my business so fast, I didn't know what to do, basically.
Yeah.
So, because like as I was doing these shows, I'm like, oh, I need to get my business license. Oh, I need to work on my website. Oh, I need to make cards because people want what I'm selling. Oh, I need banners. Oh, I need tablecloths. I need to look
Yeah.
aesthetically pleasing. My first market compared to my markets now, I was trying to go for that Joanna Gaines like market setup, but I'm like,
Really
that's not
does.
feasible. And like scale it back, but also there's a way to make things look pretty in your means too. And we've talked about that before. So my stages were basically like a baby, like a newborn, navigating a newborn right then and there. You were a good like in pregnancy mode planning for yours to do it because you've had that experience just doing a little bit of shows and things like that. Mine was just like, I got a baby.
Yeah.
Let's just
All of a
fucking
sudden,
go.
yeah. Yeah.
It's literally fuck around and find out the method I did. And would I recommend it? No, but I think the background I have working in small businesses, working in marketing, I kind of knew what to do and how to market myself. But it's actually figuring out the self-worth of, like, your product's worth it and
And that's hard.
removing that fear of, like, it's not a client anymore, it's not your work entity, it's fucking you is a big mental shift too. And so figure out, like, oh, if there's issues, what do? You need, like, that insurance and things like that. Because like, if somebody drops something, like, it's all those weird factors that are thrown at you. But to say that, don't fear, like, having a business license, don't fear
Yeah.
getting, like, the insurance right away. It just comes naturally with you.
And you don't have to do everything all at once too.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, I think the most important thing is if you wanna be really official, get the business license. Then maybe look into hiring
The
an
insurance.
accountant and getting the insurance. Yeah, I
Mhm.
forgot about the insurance. There's all these different things, but it's just like having a baby, like you said, and it's how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Don't take it all at once. Don't do it all at once because that was kind of a mistake that I think I made too, where it was just like, I'm gonna just do this all at once. And then it's like, wait, no, this is too overwhelming. Reel it back. How do I do this? What do I
Yeah.
do? Okay, that was successful. Great. That wasn't successful. How are we going to change it? Right. So learning from your
Yes.
mistakes. That's the other thing too.
And I would say the first year, again, like a pregnancy, is so new, everything's so different. And you're again, like we've talked about in previous episodes, you're not gonna succeed right away. And I think that year is all about trial and error.
Yeah.
And I can say confidently, I'm not a pro at like setting up shows or anything like that. I feel like I'm just now getting
Your
confident at
displays
that.
look so good.
Thank you. I feel like I'm just now starting to get out, like, I know the product, I know everything like that. I know kind of what will sell at what time and things like that now. Your first year, it's just figuring it out. Because, like, again, we've talked about things you think are going to sell versus what actually sells. That year is so pivotal and kind of like the defining moment of your business, too. So it's also try things that you're like, well, I like this, but somebody else might like this, get opinions and things like that. Talk to your family, talk to your peers, talk to your community of like, hey, what do you like seeing? Follow the trends. Yes, you need social media, but it's not everything. But just be out there. That's like the defining moment of your first year in business, honestly. It's kind of establish yourself, get the licensing, get what you need to start selling, research properly of the markets, maybe make a website if you feel that's like your need, maybe have a good strong presence on social media so people can connect with you and find you. I would say the biggest thing to keep your momentum going of your business is making it accessible for people to reach out to you and find you. That's the biggest thing. It's like, how do you want people to find you? Do you want them to call you? Do you want them to DM you on social media? Do you want them on a website or email
And
you?
the consistency with that too.
So that's a big stage too, figuring out how people can get in touch with you.
Yeah.
But it's a lot
It
when
is a
you
lot.
first start your business, and
It
I
is
think it can be overwhelming, but breaking it down, honestly, probably quarterly would be the best strategy too, because you have to dedicate time researching your next show. You have to dedicate time to building your website. You have to dedicate time making your fucking product, and I still struggle with that as
no, I
like
do
somebody who's
too. I
been
do too.
established for 3 years.
I think the other thing too that makes it kind of scary, and this applies to both, like the baby thing and also the business thing, like pregnancy and everything like that. When you start your own business over here, you're it, right? There's no boss for you to say, "Hey, how do I do my taxes or how do I keep track of this or how do I know, what the market's going to be like, what tools." You don't have a boss over here. Just like when you have a baby, you're the parent now. You don't have a boss. You don't have like it's you're the parent.
Exactly.
You have resources. It's just like a business. You have resources. You have the internet. You have other small business owners. You have the ability to find out. Just like when you're a parent, you have grandparents, you have the internet, you have doctors, you have all these things. But you're in charge now, and I think that that's a really hard thing on both sides, right? Because
Yeah.
there's no boss to reflect things off of or bounce things off of. And there's no you're the parent now. So that's a
Yeah.
big thing too.
And with that too, like we said at the top of the show, every pregnancy is different. Every business is different too. That's the crazy thing is, yes, there could be somebody that's selling similar product to you or somebody like competitor at a show or a market, but only you know your product and what you sell and your capabilities to promote your business. Only you do. And you literally have to fuck around and find out.
Yep. Yep, you do.
That's the thing is you literally don't know until you try.
Yeah. And just still go out there and try. Just go try.
Just try.
Just try it. Just try it.
So
Oh,
that's basically our small business deep dive. Do with it what you will. We hope it was helpful. And let's tell them where they can find us. You can find us at Momco Podcast at symbol Instagram, Facebook, momcopodcast.com. Our beef and debriefs are going to be next week. So email us with any questions if you want mom advice from us or small business advice from us.
yeah.
We'd love to hear your stories. We'd love to debrief with you with the beef you got. Just email us, send
Yep.
in a form at momcopodcast.com under, I think, forms or contact us. And we'd love to discuss. And that's what we got for this week.
Hello.
Well,
Yeah.
Say bye-bye to you all. Have a good week.